And we're live. Hey guys, this is Wolfie. I am Wolfie, and today we are going to check up on a Devontae Adams trade, possibly. I don't know. We'll see. Some Warner and Kittle news. It's a little interesting about their injury. Nothing too crazy though. Not like doom and gloom type injury, but there's some news there. And then we're going to watch a Trent Williams interview that I liked on Rich Eisen. I actually thought, like, I'm not gonna lie to you, like Trent Williams has a radiant smile. Okay, and when we watch this interview, you know what I'm talking about. He has a very interesting energy for a guy who's supposed to be like big and intimidating. He's got a warm energy in this interview. And then we're gonna check out a interview that was in the locker room with David Lombardi saying that Hufanga takes personal. Was it him and James Conner have beef? So we'll see. We'll check into that because Hufanga's one of the nicest guys, man. So I wonder what that's all about. I have not seen the interview, so I couldn't even tell you about it. And then next, we got the Brock Purdy at the podium as well interview. So we got 3 videos to watch today. Before we get to that, let's just talk about the basic news first before we get into anything else. But to everybody who watches this live later or watch this live now, please like the live. It helps me out a lot. It supports me. It helps push out the content. It helps build the family because you guys are what makes this entire channel run. Without you guys, this channel goes nowhere. So I appreciate every single one of you guys that puts the effort to like the video and support the channel. Thank you guys so much. So let's go ahead and jump into the practice report. Fred Warner and George Kittle ended up working out on the side at practice today. To the side with Jacob Cowing, Pearsall, and who was the other guy? Pearsall. Man, I am just everywhere with my news here. Kittle worked on the side with Cowing, Conley, and Pearsall. They worked out on the side with him, Warner and Kittle. Warner and Kittle were both in pads, while Cowing, Pearsall, and Conley were not in pads working out, which is a bad sign for them, but it's still kind of a good sign for Warner and Kittle. All signs still point to them playing on Sunday. There's nothing saying otherwise. They are probably just taking precautions, being like, hey, man, his ankle is kind of bothering him. Kittle's ribs been bothering him for the past couple weeks. So it kind of makes sense for them to be like, okay, let's just work him out on the side, make sure that they're, moving their muscles and things of that nature. So that's pretty much that news there. There's an article on it, so let's go ahead and bring that up too so that you're not just taking it from me, but you're also taking it from a source as well. So let's go ahead and whip up that article. All right, here we go. So 49ers practice report, Warner, Kittle go through conditioning. It's a conditioning. As the 49ers hit the field Thursday afternoon for practice, linebacker Fred Warner and tight end George Kittle went through conditioning and physical therapy work nearby. Pretty much what Cowing, Pearsall, and Conley were doing with their injuries and not obviously participating in practice. Early in the practice session, Warner exited the field and went back to the locker room. That's not a good sign. It's not the greatest sign. One day earlier, Warner said he felt wonderful when he asked about the ankle injury that kept him out of the second half of the 49ers Week 4 game against the New England Patriots. That's not a good sign. Hopefully it's not lingering, but obviously it's not hindering him because he was still performing. Like he was having ankle issues or whatever, but he was still performing. The 49ers return to action Sunday against Arizona Cardinals at Levi Stadium. Then they have a quick turnaround to play October 10th against the Seattle Seahawks. We do have a short week. We have a whole 10 days full of just action-packed football, guys. My plan is obviously to play. Warner said on the 49ers upcoming game. That's my hope. My plan is obviously to play. So there's no concern with Kittle, I don't think. As for Warner, though, it does seem that there might be a little bit of a concern, but nothing too crazy. The plan is obviously for him to play. So it is something definitely to monitor because it sounds like it's something that could bother him throughout this season, but not hinder him to where he can't play. That's what it sounds like. As for Cowing, Conley, and Pearsall, all wide receivers, it's kind of bad to see the Conley and Cowing out there getting hurt and having to practice on the side because I tell you what, that leaves room for Ronnie Bell to get some reps. And we all know that we're not feeling Ronnie Bell, man. We're not feeling Ronnie Bell. So it's kind of sad to see Cowing and Conley hurt like this. Same thing with Pearsall. Pearsall should be back next week because because he wasn't activated this week after IR. Clea Davis was, however, so that's exciting to see. Full participating practice, should be full go on Sunday. But Pearsall next week should be coming back. Hopefully everything's healed in his chest, the hole in his chest. Hopefully the hole in his chest is healed. It's kind of crazy saying that and not talking in metaphor like his heart was broken or some shit. It's kind of weird saying that. So hopefully Cow and Connolly can all come back and they're all just fine. If not, we have Terrace Marshall in the practice squad. And then we just picked up somebody else also in the practice squad, Tariq Owens as well. So we got some options there. And I kind of like Tariq Owens, Terrell Owens' son. I didn't think he was that bad. Neither do I think Terrence Marshall is bad. I think they're better than Ronnie Bell. I'm still shocked Ronnie Bell is on the team, but yeah, that's my opinion on that. All right, so let's go ahead and share the injury report with you guys. Let's see if I can load it up. There we go. All right. So the Thursday injury, this is the injury report for Thursday for the week. Conley did not practice, and neither did on Wednesday or Thursday. Cowing, same thing, Wednesday nor Thursday. Gross Matos, neither Wednesday or Thursday. I know Gross Matos and who else did not practice today? Fowles. So Fowles and Gross Matos weren't even here today. They didn't even practice at all. They weren't working out to the side or nothing. They weren't actually here today. Gross Matos and Fowles. Kittle did not participate in practice. Again, he's on the side, just like we talked about. Fred Warner, same thing, working on the side. He should still be playing. Same thing with Kittle. D. Winters, limited in practice. Probably means he's going to play. If he's limited in practice today, he's limited in practice tomorrow. He's probably going to play. I'd be shocked if D. Winters doesn't play. It sounds to me he's ready to go. So Jordan Elliott, if he's limited in practice on Wednesday, he's limited in practice today, he's limited in practice tomorrow. He's going to play on Sunday as well. Fowles, he may not play if he does not practice today. That's kind of the same thing. Same thing with Gross Matos. These two guys I'm concerned about not playing. Thankfully, Kevin Givens, Jordan Elliott, who else, and Clea Davis can all show up and take his place because Gross Matos plays outside and inside. So they can definitely take his place. So we got some reinforcements. Kevin Givens, I didn't know he was even hurt, but he was limited in practice today and yesterday with his triceps. Hopefully he doesn't tear it like he tore, Hargrave tore his bicep. Hope not. We'll take some drink of water. Hufunga was limited in practice. He might very well play. If he doesn't, I trust Malik Mustafa because Malik Mustafa, for the most part, was pretty fantastic against the Patriots. Even though the Patriots' offense is not very good, it's not very, challenging for Hufunga, but it's definitely a good warm-up game for him. So hopefully Hufunga gets his shit together, and that Patriots game was enough for him, hopefully. Trent Williams, full participant in practice. That's good. Hopefully he gets back to his own self. I still don't think he's quite there yet. I don't think he's quite ready to be like, okay, I'm Trent Williams again. It's kind of sad to see, really, because usually if he misses a couple games and comes back, he's good. But not this case with missing preseason and training camp. It's been brutal for him. Clea Davis is coming back. Clea Davis, thank God he's coming back, man. Big fan. Glad he's coming back. Full participation in practice. Same thing with Kyle Juszczyk, he's coming back. And Isaac Yiadom, who just recently got a thigh injury, was limited in practice. That's the long-ass injury report. But the only players I'm expecting to not play, in my opinion, based on what I'm hearing, is Gross Matos probably won't play. Flag and Fowles probably won't play. And there's a possibility that Yiadom might not play because he's got a new injury coming up. He's limited in practice, but it's a new injury, so that it's different compared to other players who are limited in practice who have because if he's limited in practice now, they're probably testing it out, and then next week they're probably testing out, see what it is. So there's a possibility Yiadom might not play. But this is a crazy list, guys. This is a crazy list of injured players. Hopefully, this is just we're just now getting out of it because with CMC possibly coming back soon, we got Clea Davis coming back, maybe even Feliciano coming back. We're getting a lot of reinforcements, and we're not really getting new injuries. We did with like Hargrave, and then we got like minuscule injuries that are day to day. We're getting day to day injuries, nothing serious that are like multiple weeks for certain players. So there's a bright side, and that we could be heading towards the light here, guys. We could be at the light at the end of the tunnel with these injuries. And that is wishful thinking. I know it looks bad here, but most of these players are playing on Sunday. Okay, most of these players are. There's like 3 of them are not. So not too shabby. Let me go ahead and share the tab for the rest, just to reamp what I was telling you guys about the injury. Milwaukee, what up, brother? Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing good. Hope you're doing good. So 49ers practice on Thursday. Did not practice was Fred Warner, as we saw. Kittle, Cowing, Connolly, Fowles, and Gross-Matos. Not a good sign when you miss practice 2 days in a row, especially with the short turnaround next week. It's not wrong. Short week is not good for players that are currently hurt. Limited in practice was Jordan Elliott, Hufanga, Kevin Givens, Winters, and Yadam. All should be playing on Sunday. So there's that. And then is there anything else? Fred Warner and tight end George Kittle have pads on, appear to be warming up on the side, but are not practicing with the rest of the team. Sounds about right. Anything else? Injury report. Just the same thing. Did not practice. Did not practice. Jeez, man. Look at that long-ass list. Such a long list. All right. So we're going to go ahead and jump into the interviews. We're going to jump into the video interviews. Jennings. They didn't need Pearsall. We don't need Pearsall right now, no. We definitely don't need Pearsall right now. But, I mean, if Ayuk's not getting his shit together and doesn't get us back, we can use the reinforcement. We can use fresh legs, fresh wide receiver if Ayuk can't get his shit together. Debo is still great, but he can't do. Pearsall is still better than him at route running. There's things that Pearsall does that we could use that some wide receivers can't, which is like the route running, because our best route runner right now is Ayuk, and right now Brock Purdy is struggling to connect with them. No offense to Juwan Jennings, but he also can't do what Pearsall can do. Neither can Kittle, neither can Debo. So it's not that necessarily we don't need Pearsall. It's that we could do without him, even though Pearsall can do things that most of the receivers on the team cannot do. So I wouldn't say we completely don't need him. I think that he brings an element to the game that helps out the team in route running. And that was a big issue in the Super Bowl, is the fact that we didn't have any wide receivers who knew how to route run or break away or get any kind of separation. And that kind of still rings true, that if we didn't have Pearsall or Cowing, it would be the same offense. It'd be the same problems that we have last year. So there is a benefit to us having Pearsall on the team. There is a benefit because it brings an entire different element that the rest of the squad's bringing, which is mostly yak and 50-50 balls. So let's jump into the Trent Williams interview. He gives off such a good energy, such a good vibe in this interview. I really wanted to share it, and I want to show you guys, just so you guys see that Trent could be an old cuddly bear sometimes. You know what I mean? All right, here we go. Here's the Trent Williams interview right here.
Quite clearly one of the best in the business. He's going to the Hall of Fame, and I'm not just saying that because he's zooming into this program.
What a fucking joyous smile.
Courtesy of Chunkies. I'll just say it to anybody, including your face, sir. How are you, Trent Williams of the 49ers?
Hey,
good to see you.
What's going on, Rich? How you doing?
How's it going with you?
Well, good. I can't complain.
Yeah.
Having a good one. How about you?
I'm doing fine. I'm right now. Here's what I'm doing. I'm seeing you, and I'm trying to line up properly because I don't want this interview to get stopped by an illegal person.
Before you start, you seem like the type of guy who plays video games. Do you? I do not. I haven't played video games in a few years. I used to, but not anymore.
Procedure in the middle of all the Trent. Honestly, I'm getting driven nuts by this right now as a fan. What is it like as a lineman with illegal procedure palooza happening in the NFL right now, Trent? What's going on?
Yeah, it's frustrating. It's frustrating, especially when we're talking about emphasis on a penalty that has little to no bearing on the outcome of any play. So to me, I just think we're chasing ghosts out there. Obviously, I just think it's another way to prolong the game, which I don't think we need more of those.
Well, what have you been told? Because I'm sure again, I know, you were dealing with a contract and might not have been in camp when somebody came through and say, this is going to be an emphasis this season. But what has it been communicated to you why this is happening, Trent, in the NFL?
There's been no explanation that I could understand of why they wanted to tackle this particular penalty. Like I said, I really can't find to make sense of it. I don't understand the effect on the game. Obviously you can't line up too far in the backfield. That's which I don't even, when you look at it, it's really not giving you an advantage anyway. The quickest way to the quarterback is through the inside, and the deeper you get off the line of scrimmage, the more of a direct line you give a defensive end to the quarterback. So I honestly don't understand the big hang up with the rule. I still have no explanation as to why. It's something they decided to tackle this year, but it's one of those things you just gonna have to weather the storm for right now.
49ers Trent Williams here on the Rich Eisen Show. What's your message to Niners fans that are looking at the 2-2 start?
It's just a big old smile after answering the question, just like, and then that's how I feel about that stupid rule. Like, it's just
seeing McCaffrey in Germany last week. Now he's back. Yeah. They're hearing there's Achilles tendonitis in both legs. And again, your team's at 500 coming off of last year's so close to getting it all season. What's your message to Niners fans who are concerned with the state of the team right now, Trent?
Understandably, you got concerns. But in my mind, we have a long way to go. This season is definitely a marathon, not a sprint. If there's anything that we've learned with these previous 3 seasons, that this is a very long season and a lot can happen. Obviously, we don't have control over the injury bug, but you'd rather get bit early than late. Obviously not having Christian it hurts as an offense, but we do have confidence that he'll be back, and then when he is back, he'll be as fresh as ever. Hopefully, we'll be heading, trying to go on our run to play the type of football we know we need to play to get to where we want to get to.
And the reason why I'm asking about him is not a slight at Jordan Mason. I mean, my goodness, the kid is electric, and he's been doing very well.
Fantastic
for you guys. But I mean, what is McCaffrey saying to you? Not to turn you into my own NFL information person, but you're the guy who sees him every day. What is he saying to you guys about coming back this year, Trent?
Well, he said he's improving. Last I talked to him, just a day or 2 ago, he said that the treatment was going great, rehab was going great. I think he's extremely confident that he'll be back in the lineup pretty soon. I don't know how soon, but definitely expecting him this year. So,
Trent Williams here.
All right, so they're expecting CMC is pretty much telling Trent, "Hey man, I'm ready to go. We're gonna start ramping this up soon." And pretty much what Kyle Shanahan said was they're trying to ramp him up this past Monday, see how he's doing. And sounds to me CMC is saying that he's prepared to come back soon. And I'm excited. I hope to see him too. I really do want to see him. Hopefully he's the same player. Hopefully this Achilles injury is not actually hindering him and it doesn't mess the psyche, because if it messes the psyche, it can also mess with his play. So this injury is kind of a big deal. And especially even if he comes back sooner than later, let's say he comes back early November, we still don't know what kind of player he's going to be with this injury. He could be a completely different player for all we know. So got to keep our eyes open for that. Yes, it's exciting that he potentially could come back. He's telling the players he's coming back, but is CMC the same player? It's kind of a big deal.
Courtesy of Chunkies, which we'll talk about here shortly on the Rich Eisen Show.
Tyler Helton, the coolest Chiefs-fan I know.
Trent, I mean, and I know you just signed a contract extension that you fought hard for, it seems, during the summer. How much longer do you want to do this, Trent? How much longer?
I don't think I'm gonna put an expiration date on it. I think I'm just enjoy this process, enjoy the ability to get up and wake up and live a dream. Enjoy the ability to get out and play this child's game for King's ransom. And I don't want to think about the end. I just want to enjoy every minute of it. And I might look up, we might be 5 years down the line. I might look up, it could be 2 years down the line. But at this point, I don't even see the reason and looking towards the end. You know, I'm 15 years in, and you know I don't have another 10 left, but you know, I'm definitely not gonna put a cap on it.
What do you like?
Yeah, I mean, if he knows he's towards the end of his career already. He knows that this is his last contract. He's saying not 10 years or anything, but it could be 5 years, it could be 3 for all I know. I mean, the man is 36 years old. I highly doubt he's thinking about the end. I think the end, when it comes, it's going to come, and he knows it's coming. So I don't blame him. It's not something he should be thinking about. It's clearly something that's around the corner, and that is something that's going to take care of itself for him, especially if his play declines. So. Yeah, I think that's smart. I think it's
like about it so much that you're still doing it. I mean, again, and you're playing a position where you are taking a beating. You're delivering it.
I'm going to high school football game. Hey, have fun, man. Have fun. Have a good time. Have a good time.
As well, but seriously, there's a lot of people leaning on you, Trent. You know.
All right. Yeah, it is. And but I mean, I'm from Texas, born and raised, Longview, Texas. I'm groomed to play football. I've been playing football since the 2nd grade. It's pretty much all I know, and I'm just chasing that perfection. I just want to be the perfect player. I just want to be the best offensive lineman to ever play the game, and you know, and that's just that fire just still burning inside. So as long as it's burning, I'm gonna be playing.
Tell me something about.
He's building that argument. He is building that argument to be the best offensive lineman. I think some even declare him than that now, but I feel like for himself, he needs that Super Bowl. He needs more All-Pros, and he needs another Super Bowl. I don't think he's satisfied. I truly don't think Trent Williams is satisfied with him officially being declared the greatest offensive lineman of all time. I think he's there now. Even though he's never won a Super Bowl, I think he is there right now. But for himself, my guess is he's got to win a Super Bowl. That is and that's good to have that drive. It's good. At age 36, the one thing he has not gotten that he wants to spend most of his life to strive to get, but hasn't gotten it yet. Once he gets that, man, I think, honestly, I don't want this to happen, but I think that if we win the Super Bowl this year, he's going to retire. Even though he just signed an extension, I think he's going to win a Super Bowl and be like, all right, I think I officially set history. I think I'm done. I don't like that, but I love Trent, and I'm a Niners fan. JD Zeke, what up? What up, man? All Niners fans, welcome here, man. Welcome to fam. I know my staff grew up home as cousins. He played D-tackle like Chris Jones. Nice. That's high praise. All right.
Brock Purdy, I don't know. Trent.
I mean, I don't think I can tell you anything you don't know. I think, well, you might not know he picked up golfing this offseason, and
well,
I think he already, from what he told me, he already broke into the 80s. So. Well, I think that's pretty impressive.
Well, I mean, listen, if he wants to be an elite quarterback, he's got to play golf, Trent. I mean, like that's
with that. Yeah.
Please. And you got to be good at it. I mean, you can't be beaten by all due respect, a lineman, right? I mean, do you play golf?
I do. Yeah. So I took that a little disrespect.
Yeah, he really did. You can tell, like, what do you mean being a lineman? What the fuck you mean, bud? What do you mean, dude? You could tell. Like, he squinted his eyes like, what the? You have to say that shit.
You know what? This interview is a soup that eats like a meal, Trent. You know, you never know what you're going to get. But what's your game? What's your golf game look like? What is that?
Golf game is, you know, I worked that handicap down this offseason. I'm only in my 2nd year playing, but I can't say that I broke the 80s like Mr. Brock here, but I'm close. You know, I'm close. I'm knocking on the door. About 91 is probably the best.
What actually Brock has been playing iffy. Brock's been playing fantastic. I strongly disagree with that one. Brock's been playing amazing football. As for he's talking about golf. Trent's talking about golf. He's talking about golf right now. He thinks Trent I don't know how golf works. I don't know the scoring system too much. I don't play golf, so I have no idea what he's talking about. But if you're talking about Brock as a player, he's playing fantastic. I don't know if you actually think he's playing iffy. I'll be shocked with that. In 2 more weeks, let's go. So I disagree with that if that's what you're saying. He's been playing great.
That's I've seen this all season, but you know, it's early. I'm still looking to get on that PGA tour around 55, 60.
I like it. So but what do we know about what about Purdy do I not know what he's like as a quarterback professionally in the huddle? Anything that you can tell me about him?
I think you can. If you look at him long enough, I mean, what you see is what you get. He's laser focused. He's an outstanding leader. He's a guy that a lot of people draw confidence from, especially being the signal caller. He's an extremely, extremely bright individual.
That's such an
extremely
interesting
high IQ football player.
That needs to be my profile pic right here. That's such an interesting face.
So, I think all of those things is pretty evident when you watch him play. So I don't know if I'm telling you anything you don't know, but he's just an outstanding quarterback. He's we won a lottery, so to speak.
Are you wearing the Chunky Sacks hunger?
I know Brock's playing good, but he's been underthrowing some throws. Still a fantastic player. I don't think so. I think he's been on point. There's been some balls, but I wouldn't ever really put it on Brock and his lack of accuracy or anything like that. You got to understand that if a wide receiver not connecting with the quarterback can also be an issue. And you could tell that mostly Brock Purdy's balls and his issues have been when he's trying to throw to Brandon Ayuk. That has been an issue. There's some balls that there's one like a dig route that Ayuk was supposed to do, and the connection wasn't there. So it's not necessarily that Brandon Ayuk isn't getting the ball to the person. It's the fact that Brandon Ayuk and Brock Purdy do not have a connection yet, and they have to get that connection back. Brock, in my opinion, has been super accurate. I don't think he's been underthrowing players. He had that one deep ball to Debo where it was underthrown, where if he threw it in stride, he would have got it, but that still would have been a hard throw to throw in stride. You don't understand, to throw a ball perfectly while a wide receiver is in stride is not easy. It's not like in Madden where you just hit a button and then you're in stride. Nah, man, if you hit someone in stride, that is a perfect pinpoint pass. Hit someone in stride. So if he's just a little bit behind or just a little bit ahead, but it's still within the catch radius of the wide receiver, that is a great pass. That is a great throw. There are throws where, yes, Brock Purdy isn't hitting the wide receiver in stride, but hitting the wide receiver in stride is fucking hard. It is extremely hard. Look, Nightmares, Kansas City Chiefs in Super Bowl. I don't mind. I'm totally fine with playing the Chiefs in the Super Bowl again. I have no problem with that. I have no nightmare. I will never be like, okay, I don't want to face the Kansas City Chiefs. No. If we want to be the best, we got to beat the best. So I'm not scared of that. No nightmares for me. And I don't believe in curses and trends being an actual thing. Like Minnesota Vikings, yeah, we haven't beat them in 33 years or some shit. I don't think it's actually a curse or anything like that. I think it's just circumstance, just coincidence.
T-shirt right now?
I am.
Okay.
I am. And 20% of these proceeds will go to feed families around America. So, guys need to support the cause. Tackling hunger in America has always been a big issue, continues to be. So we can do it together.
ChunkySacksHunger.com and $1,000 meals for every sack. So
yeah, so
this is ironic, man. This is ironic. It's ironic. You're like you're the guy who's kind of preventing the sacks, right, Trent?
Yeah. So I'm in a bit of a contradiction here, but I just think I continue to work and practice, help Nick and those guys get better. So on Sunday we can still sack the opposing quarterback and still feed families in America. We don't have to feed them off of our quarterback getting off the ground.
Understood. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, that's a great answer. What a great answer. This is not Trent Williams' first rodeo, everybody. It's good to see you, Trent. Thanks for the time right here. I should have asked beforehand, are you wearing the proper shorts for this interview, Trent?
Well, I'm actually wearing jeans.
Okay, cool.
I've been working. I've been putting my hands to use here at the food bank. So,
okay.
My boy's at the food bank. He's working hard, man, for the community. He's supporting the community, man. Big shout out to Trent. Big shout out to Trent.
Yeah, I'm wearing some working man jeans.
I just wanted to see that because you got. I saw you're not wearing the right shorts for the 49ers. The coach might stop.
Yeah. Cal is pretty anal about that. So he definitely want to have the right shorts on.
So
they're referencing the Ayuk shorts thing, the whole drama there. I don't know if you guys caught that.
You wear the right shorts, correct, for
practice?
practice?
Yeah, but I've had to change shorts at practice. One or two times.
Okay, good to know. So even if it's you and you're a guy who knows what's up. So I appreciate the time.
Been around a little bit.
And sorry,
yes,
I said that.
Appreciate it.
And sorry, I said that about linemen in the golf game. Trent, I'm just.
Okay. I mean, trust me, I get it, but we working. We overturn this stereotype every day.
Okay, very good, Trent. Thanks again for the time. Appreciate it, and thanks for doing what you're doing for Chunkies. Appreciate it.
Chunky soup, y'all. Chunky soup. A family dinner right there. Get yourself some canned soup. Got to get that canned soup. Tyler Hill Niners are going to beat the Chiefs in week 7. I hope so. That'd be awesome. Let me tell you something. Defenses win championships. Our defense is a baller. I don't know, man. Defense can help you win championships, but I mean, we had that defense in 2019, and it was the quarterback that won the Super Bowl in 2019. So I hear you, but I've also seen the quarterback and head coach completely defeat a good defense. And yes, I'm talking about the 2019 Super Bowl the 49ers lost to the Chiefs. What else? Heck yeah. 49ers fans, no excuse case win you in 7 weeks. Yeah, week 7 is going to be exciting. I want the W because I want to know that we can beat the team. I'm not going to go into week 7 thinking to myself, okay, if we beat them, we're vindicated as Super Bowl champs. Woo! No, nothing like that. Just that it's good to know that we can actually compete and beat this team. And it gets that monkey off your back. Gets that shit off the back of your mind, out of the way. Because even if you don't believe in curses or whatever, there's still that dark cloud that hangs over you. It's just how it is. In the back of your mind, oh, we're gonna do something to screw this up. And that's how it'll feel with the Kansas City Chiefs. If we lose to them again, it's just gonna feel that way if we play them in the Super Bowl, where it just feels like in the back of our mind, something's going to happen where they're gonna beat us. And so we have to win this game for us. We have to win this game for vindication that we can beat this team. Because some people just have that thing over certain teams, like the 49ers have over Packers, 49ers have over the Cowboys, etc. Just how it is. I say you being a hater. Tyler's relatively chill. He doesn't really talk too much shit. If he does, it's very, very tame. It's very tame. What's up, Sam? Welcome. I love Niners. Hope they win. I hope they win too, man. I hope they win too. Debo Prods. All right. We got 12 or so minutes left in this live. I got to go in and watch some football. Gonna watch the the Bucks beat the Falcons. Wait, I have the Falcons beating the Bucks. I have the Falcons beating the Bucks 24-17. That's what I got. I was gonna do at 5, but then I realized the football game starts at 5:15, so I set it for 4:30 instead. It's going to destroy your defense. Our defense is not doing so hot right now, so it's quite possible. But you guys don't have much weapons. But that didn't stop you guys before, so we'll see. Xavier needs to prove that he can catch. Yeah, he's got some shoes to fill, man. He's got some shoes to fill. You don't have both your wide receivers, missing out Pacheco. But again, your quarterback is Patrick Mahomes and your head coach is Andy Reid, so I don't doubt it. But I would feel less confident. I would still be confident. I'd still be confident as a Chiefs fan, but I would be less confident throughout the year considering the injuries that are occurring constantly. If I don't know, at some point, if you guys have another serious injury to a serious player, it's going to beat you guys down pretty bad. And yeah, it's up there with 49ers and Rams bad with you guys' injuries. It's pretty bad. If you guys win the Super Bowl with all these injuries happening, man, well deserved. Jesus, he's fast, but it does not matter if you can't catch him. So you think the key trade will trade for Diabs? No, they're not gonna. That would never happen. I don't know why that's even an option. My roommate is a 49ers fan. Oh my God, I bet you that's peaceful. I can imagine that's super peaceful. No, there's no way in any world that the Raiders would help the Chiefs. There's absolutely no possible way that the Raiders are going to be like, all right, our longtime rival going way back into the 90s, etc. We're going to help you out by giving you a wider. They would literally help the 49ers before they would help the Chiefs. They would be like, hey, 49ers, here's Davante Adams because we want to see the Chiefs not win the Super Bowl. So we're going to hook you up with a awesome wide receiver. I would see that first before I ever see Davante Adams in a Kansas City Chiefs jersey via the Raiders. All right, the only way he ends up with Kansas City Chiefs is if someone trades for him and they cut him and he joins them. That is the only way. The only way. Las Vegas Raiders, Denver Broncos, and Los Angeles Chargers. You're taking your division rival thing a lot. Wait, seriously. But yeah, there's no way he's going to go to any team in his division. There's no way. The 49ers could trade for him, though. The 49ers could trade for him. I'm an editor for YouTube with 2.12 subs. Good shit. Keep up the work, man. Every day. Just keep it up every day. Post every day, no matter what. But yeah, I don't think Davante Adams would go to the Chiefs whatsoever. I don't even know why anyone is even bringing that up. There's no way, dude. There's no way. What else? I do think the 49ers could trade for Davante Adams, and it'd be fantastic. I could totally see that. Davante Adams is not in the same division, not in the same conference. The 49ers can afford to give up a second rounder to go on for a Super Bowl. People say, like, why are you trading for more wide receivers? Don't you have Ayuk, Debo, and Pearsall counting on? Pearsall needs to prove himself. All right, first of all, still same thing with Cowing. Ayuk is still trying to recover from missing all the practices and shit. He's still trying to come back. Debo is a different kind of wide receiver. He's not a route runner. He's not a 50-50 guy. It's just not his type of ball. So Davante Adams would bring us like a better route running version of Juwan Jennings. Think of it that way. And we'd have a red zone threat. We would have another Juwan Jennings, a clutch third down wide receiver. I'm not against it. And people will say, like, we can't afford it. Yes, we can. We have $50 million in cap space. All we need to do is just keep him for 1 year. Then the next year, just cut him. Let him go. Let it be a 1-year rental. Because he has no guaranteed money next year, and it's like a $34 million cap hit to keep him. So just trade for him. I'm not against it. Makes our offense better. And Davante Adams can win a Super Bowl while being our safety net. So I'm all for it. All for the 49ers give him a second round pick for him. Chiefs, because it doesn't matter what the Chiefs give. They're not trading. There's no way they can get Davante Adams. I need to express this enough. The Raiders hate the Chiefs, okay? They're their biggest rival. There's no way in any world the Chiefs can offer 3 first-round draft picks for Davante Adams, and then Raiders will say no. It will never happen. If it does happen, that would be insane. You do not understand the like how improbable it is that he gets traded to the Chiefs. It's just there's no way that the Raiders would help the Chiefs win a Super Bowl. There is no way. When the Chiefs and 49ers played the Super Bowl in the Raiders Stadium, most Raiders fans that I know of were like, nah, dude, 49ers, you need to win that Super Bowl. You need to win that Super Bowl. We can't have Chiefs win it. The only thing that connected the Raiders and the 49ers and rivalry was the Bay Area. That's resolved. That's gone now. It's gone. So there's no reason for the Raiders to hold any resentment to the 49ers, while there's every single reason you could possibly think of for the Raiders to hold resentment to the Chiefs. There's no way the Raiders are going to help the Chiefs win a Super Bowl. There's no way. He would only join the Jets and Chiefs. Well, I guess he's only on the Jets. And that's not actually what he said. He said something else. He says that he wants to join the Jets and Saints. Those are the two teams because Derek Carr's with the Saints. And then he wants to go to Aaron Rodgers with the Jets. He did not say and the Chiefs. And of course, even if there is actually a possibility that he does want to go to the Chiefs, but it's not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. That would be like if the 49ers traded Ayuk to the Rams. That'd be like if 49ers traded Debo to the Seahawks. They're not doing that. They are not doing that. There's no way they're going to help the the Chiefs win a Super Bowl. It would not happen. All right, so I would sick for A-Rod reunite with his Bay Aaron. Trade CMC. Oh my God, yeah, things like that. It's just there's just certain trades you'll never see. Like the Washington Commanders trading Dotson to the Eagles was kind of a big deal, but at the same time, that just tells you the Commanders do not believe in Dotson whatsoever. They do not think he can contribute to that team. And so far, from what you're seeing from the Eagles, he's not. He's not doing shit. A.J. Brown's out, Devontae Smith's out, and he's not doing a damn thing. So the Commanders only traded to him because they knew that Dotson wasn't going to be good. They knew that. That's the only reason. It's not like in Madden leagues, man. In Madden leagues, some people think it's like Madden leagues where you can be like, it doesn't matter if you're in division, I'll trade you a player. You got what I want, blah, blah, blah. It's different. It's a lot different. It's not like Madden leagues. So let's go ahead and watch one more video, and let's get out of here. We'll watch one more video. This is Talanoa Hufanga and James Conner have beef, according to David Lombate. Lombate.
Well, you know what? I think as a team, they
care,
really
Sam.
I'm a huge fan of their head coach and like the system he built last year. And you could tell by the end of the year, they all kind of bought into his system and the way that they were playing. And they were significantly better at the end of the year than they were at the start. So like they've taken steps to being a good team. And this year, like they beat the crap out of the Rams early on, and then they go and they had a tough one last week against the Commanders. But like they're a good team who has very talented players. Like Kyler Murray is incredible. Just the way he plays quarterback, the way that you have to really keep him in the pocket, don't let him use his legs, but he also can throw the ball 60 yards on the line. He's a very talented player, and so their offense has a bunch of problems. James Conner's a really good running back. They have Marvin Harrison Jr., so like they have a really good offense. And then their defense is super confusing. Buda Baker's still, in my opinion, like one of the best safeties in the NFL by far. And it's the way they use like their three safeties, and they look like they're playing cover 5, but then they rotate guys, they blitz guys, they make it very confusing. It's hard to target. So they're a tough team to play against, and it's a division rival too. So we've seen each other a bunch. It's going to be a good challenge for us, but I like our game plan, and I think we have a good one coming for us.
What we're almost seeing before our very eyes, and you could speak to this as well as anybody, that all that Brock Purdy threw the back of the end zone to you, perfect spot. You're the only guy who really had a chance to make that catch. But I thought the one where he rolled out to his left and threw back to his right, and it was kind of a low throw. It was to you, I believe, and he kind of picked it up. What are you seeing about his development? I mean, is it time that people just stop saying system quarterback and Mr. Irrelevant and all that kind of crap?
Oh, I saw a good one.
For nearly 30 years, Ken Calvert pushed for a national.
Have a good night. Thank you for joining, brother. See you next time. I appreciate it, man. You helped make it a W Live. You helped make it happen, man. Have a good night. Good to see you.
Brock leads the league in air yards, but we're 31st in yak, which is not really usual for the 49ers. So we obviously have to be better at yak, but he's obviously delivering when he needs to deliver. And it's really fun seeing him make all these plays with his legs, because that just gives us a whole different dimension of 49er football, because we run the ball really well, we throw the ball well, but when he's out there, scurrying around, it makes it like snap and do another.
He does have some of the right now. Brock Purdy does have, I think he's like third or fourth. He's like third or second in air yards per attempt without yak. And if you guys don't know this, the receivers, tight ends, all the receivers are like 31st in yak. So all the yards and everything that he's getting is Brock Purdy. It's all Brock. All the yards you're seeing is from Brock Purdy's arm mostly. I think it's like 25% or something like that, which is really, really low.
The divisional game 4 days after Sunday.
Really low.
It's one game at a time. I'm focused on the Arizona Cardinals right now, Vern.
Thank you, Bill Belichick.
Ask the question another way. What's the challenge of focusing on this game, knowing you have another one 4 days away?
The biggest thing is just making sure your body is as good as it can be, because like when we played on Sunday, you're playing 3 games in 12 days, and that's a lot of football. So like what Coach Shanahan has always preached since I've been in the league, and it took me a while to understand that, was like sleep's the most important thing. So like, hey guys, try not to stay up late playing NBA 2K. please go to sleep at a good time. Get your body maintenance in. Get off your feet as much as possible. Watch as much film as possible, and just be ready for this game, because as soon as the game's over, the way that next week's going to hit you with the information and everything, it's like if you're not ready for it, you're going to fall so far behind, and it's just you're not going to be ready for it, and then that's how you don't play well on Thursday. So we're focused on this one, but just be ready to get going quickly next week.
When you watch the
Rest, y'all. Get your rest. If you work out, you do anything, Chris, even if you push your mind, you study and you're pushing your mind, get some rest afterwards. Very crucial, because rest also, just like for your muscles, helps with your muscle memory. Okay? Get away from your test or whatever you did. Go do something for like 10 or 15 minutes and then come back. Like, you just got to let your brain rest just as much as you got to let your body rest. But it's if you push your mind, though. And you all know what it's like when shit gets complicated and you push your mind, like, oh my God, that shit hurts. Oh my God, that's so hard, blah, blah, blah. And then you figure it out. Once it's all done, get some rest. Get away from whatever you're doing for 10 to 15 minutes. It's great for your brain and helps you remember things. So, rest.
touchdown catch.
Yes.
What did you like best about it? Obviously, finishing the catch.
What did I like best about it?
When you were watching it?
Landing in bounds was my favorite. That was probably because I knew
how tight you were?
no, I did see it on the way down. I was like, I'm gonna land in bounds on this. So that is really fun. So I was smiling on my way down.
I see that.
So that was pretty fun for me.
Did it almost happen in slow motion while it was going on?
It does every time. It's always in slow motion. It's always a fun thing.
Yes, it's now being on the pictures on T-shirts.
Is it? They didn't tell me that. I hopefully. That'd be nice.
Well, it's being made. Exactly.
Where were you at?
I was talking to Chris first.
Oh, that's worth
He
it.
said to tell you how.
Did he?
Yeah.
Ask him next time what God's play is.
God's play.
Yeah, on a football field.
I'll do that. Let's be
God's play.
You guys, yak-wise, aren't where you usually are. You're still obviously very productive and just in kind of a different way. Is there anything you put your finger on for why that is?
I think
You're not slick, Matt Burrows. That's Matt Burrows down there, guys. Way down in the bottom right here. That's Matt Burrows. Okay. He's being slick. All right. He thinks he's being sly right now. Being like, I'm going to get the information without even asking any questions.
I think the teams that we played currently so far are teams that are like bend up, don't break, so they keep everything in front of them. And so it's hard to get past them all the time. So you have to do a lot of short things in front. I think the teams are doing a really good job they're very aware of our team and the threats that we have. And I think they're just doing a really good job about playing really tight and not getting 2-3 guys in every ball carrier. But there's plays out there that we've had an opportunity to make yak on. I think our guys, Devo, Ayuk, myself, Mason, Juice, like we do a good job of breaking tackles, and maybe we haven't broken as many tackles as we should. So, I don't think it's all on our team, but like we have individual guys that can play a little bit better, and I think we're going to continue to play better. But I think it'll open up, and I think we'll just keep getting into football shape and like that football conditioning, and we'll eventually get that back.
I think you guys.
That's what I'm expecting. I'm expecting a lot more from the Yak Bros. Okay. I'm sorry. Your nickname is the Yak Bros, and you're 31st in Yak. Okay. What are you, Benjamin Button, going backwards in time? Going from fantastic to just absolute trash as if you just started playing football when it comes to Yak? Yeah, I expect a lot more from my players. I expect a lot more from my George Kittle. I expect a lot more from my Ayuk. I expect a lot more from these Yak Bros. Okay? So far, it's been absolute terrible. It's been possession catch bros as of late. And even then, that's been terrible. Drops galore. I'm expecting a lot more from this receiver core, man. Even Kittle included. I know he got that catch, the 50-50 ball, but I'm expecting seeing Kittle like just bulldoze people and take the ball, from point A to point B. I do agree. There's a problem here. There's a problem.
Double the amount of dropbacks with the other team rushing just 3 or even fewer. Is that part of what you're talking about? Like you're seeing more
There's
like
just a lot
mucking up the middle of the field kind of stuff?
It's just like there's not a lot of true like one-on-ones. Like these teams are dropping 7, 8, and then whenever you catch a football, there's 2 guys on. And so like there's an opportunity like you drop it, you can fall 4 for 5 yards, but there's not as much cover 1, cover 0 that are going against us. So like guys that catch a ball, break 1 tackle, and Debo's around 75 yards from the house. But that'll come out.
George, what did Buda Baker look like in the Washington game?
Say again?
What did Buda Baker look like to you in the Washington game?
Which watch? Oh, he went to Washington. So I was like, he's talking college ball right now. I was like, I have no idea. They are in the Big Ten now, so I could place a friendly wager, I guess.
They made California unsafe and
Boo, ads! Boo! We hate ads. Boo! Boo, ads. Boo.
I see Buddha play. Like I'm a huge fan of his game. He never slows down. He hits everybody. I mean, the times that the last couple times the Cardinals have beaten us, he goes for 15 to 20 tackles. And so the game plan is don't let Buddha make every tackle and make the other team make the rest of the players beat us.
And beef with last year.
Oh
yeah, nah.
Ever figure out what his issue was?
Man, I think it's just competitive nature. At the end of the day, when you go back and look at the film, we're competitive. We go against each other. It's my third year going against. Last year was my third year going against them. So I don't see the beef there. I think it was just something for us just to go at. But I'm not going into anything harsh or anything. I'm just ready to play ball.
Do you expect a big dose of him in this game for them to lean on the running game a lot?
Oh, definitely. If you look at the games that they've been successful in for the most part, they really run the ball really well. And so they run heavy. They try to get to 30 to 40 attempts. And so our job is to limit those attempts. And if we can, that's our goal. So.
What do you think of Malik Mustafa's performance?
Oh, it was amazing. Oh, that man Malik, he'd be flying around. Y'all see how he hit the lineman. We thought that was one of the coolest things in the world. Just his energy.
If you guys didn't see my live earlier, but I mean, Malik Mustafa was crazy on that. When Fred Warner got the interception, man, everyone else is kind of moving in slow motion, and you just see Malik Mustafa fly across the screen straight towards this offensive lineman and just obliterates him, dude. Malik Mustafa was like, "This is my time to shine, man." It was a great hit. It was freaking hilarious.
The way he's been expunged, he really absorbs a lot of knowledge. So that's the really cool thing. And all the questions he asked and stuff. So really excited for him when he got his op, went in there and just made the most of it.
I was going to ask you, what is he like in the room?
He understands everything. Pretty quiet, but if you get to know him really well, that's the cool part. I've gotten to since he first came out here, that was one of the guys that I reached out to immediately. Come to my house, come hang out, do whatever you gotta do. Make sure he knows he's far away from home too. So I understand that as a young kid just coming into the league, he understands what he does. But in the film room, he gets the job done. So but he's quiet, but if you get to know him, he's really funny.
So 2022 was your big breakout year, but talking about Malik as a rookie, what happened in 2021? What did the defense and the team do well to integrate you into the defense that year to set the table for you to be as good as you were in 2022?
Definitely was a lot of the dime package D'Amico put me in. And so it's funny because my rookie year, I learned 4 different positions. So it's coming in, it's that's where they said they put a lot on my plate early on for me to just learn. And if I can learn it and be successful with it, they understood when I go to my one safety spot, you should be pretty smart when it comes to those things. But that's where I really had to take my step at that young age, and it helped me really understand the defense. So going into my second year, I understood who's supposed to be in what gap, what's supposed to happen, where are the weakness parts of the defense and stuff like that. And so that was where I think they set me up right in 2021 for sure.
A lot of talk has been about Kyler Murray, but at some point you're going to run into James Conner. What kind of problem does he present?
Why did he ask it like that? We're talking about Kyler Murray. But what happens when you run into James Conner? You said it like an anime character. What happens when you run into James Conner? What the fuck?
Big bruiser, big back, can get downhill quick, very elusive. I think that's one thing he's been doing a lot this year really well. Once he gets to that second level, he's making guys miss. And so definitely got to get him on the ground. I think it's going to be a hell of a game, hell of a competitor. I'm just excited to play against him.
There's been a lot of attention on the defensive line this year. Part of it due to injury, part of it I know they didn't play a couple times up to their standards. Now they get 6 sacks last week. How does that help you guys in the second year? I know you weren't playing last week, but when they're doing their job, how does that help you guys?
I definitely, for us, it's, there's a timer out there, and so, if they can get to the quarterback as quick as possible. If we can cover for just an extra second so they can get back and get home, that's what we want to do in the back end. But definitely up front, guys that are stepping up. Sam O came in big time last week, creating turnovers and stuff like that. That's stuff that we want and what we need
and at all three levels it counts. So just excited that we're playing good defense as a unit. So,
how did your body respond when you first came back? And just how you feel?
It felt good, honestly. It was actually, I surprised myself how many plays I played because they told me to go out there and I was on a rep, not really a rep count, but like whenever I felt like I needed to take off, I had to come out a couple times, but I played over 50 snaps, which caught me off guard, but I went out there and felt good. Yeah.
I noticed he played that many snaps, more than 50 snaps against that game. That's not bad. And if he's feeling normal, it's really up to him. That means he's got to be fully healthy. It's really just a mental thing for him. I thought he played all right. I think Malik Mustafa came in for him and played fantastic. It's honestly, I don't want to say this. It sucks, but it's a possibility that Hufanga is not on this team next year. It seems like Malik Mustafa and Jair Brown is going to be the future in safety, and Hufanga is going to get a big contract somewhere else, possibly. There's a huge possibility of this. But there's also a chance the 49ers want to have 3 safeties for like dime packages and nickels and stuff and et cetera. So there's a chance. It just depends upon how much money Hufanga is going to want. But considering he's an all-pro, it's possible we move on and keep up with Malik Mustafa and Jair Brown. But I can't tell you how much. I cannot tell you, stress it enough, how much of a leader Hufanga has been on this team. He's been a bright spot. He constantly brings the energy. He's always, even when him being hurt this entire time, he's always like in every player's face, like, hey, guys, awesome, dude. Let me give you this necklace thing. And Hufanga is just an irreplaceable leader. I know I said that irreplaceable, and we're talking about getting rid of him. There are other leaders out there. So it's going to suck missing that unique leadership from him, but Malik Mustafa and Jair Brown just seem to be the future. And it sucks to see Hufanga possibly not be part of this team in the next year. You got to pay Lenore, got to pay Brock Purdy, Banks, possibly Mason. I'd rather pay Mason a good amount of money and keep CMC and Mason around than give money to Hufanga, just because we have those replacements in Mustafa and Brown. Let me know what you guys think. Am I crazy for thinking that? Because it just makes sense. Usually you don't keep 3 safeties, especially 3 of them that are really good.
Address Kyler Murray and a linebacker or defensive back can get caught in that no man's land where I think he's going to want to come out and then all of a sudden it feels like that kind of unique kind of challenge. What does he present to you personally?
Definitely, I think a lot of guys in the league, when you got the dual threat mentality, guys like Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen and stuff like that. You have to go into this game with a mindset that he has at any point he can run. And so you got to treat him like a receiver, a DB running, running back running. Sorry, but at the end of the day, you can throw it over your head too. I think his baseball arm and he's throwing that thing as far as he can. So we just got to get him down and create turnovers when we get.
All right, so that is the interviews with George Kittle and Hufanga. David Lombardi makes it seem Hufanga and James Conner have beef. David Lombardi kind of makes it seem like there's actual beef there, but based on Hufanga's response, he's like, "Nah, man, it's just football. I'm gonna try to take him down the best I can, but it's not personal. We just been going at it for 3 years, and that's what makes it seem personal." So I kind of disagree with David Lombardi with the title of this video, but come back to Hufanga here. I'm excited that he's back, and hopefully he comes back to form. He's the same player, because I wouldn't mind having Malik Mustafa, Jair Brown, and Talanoa Hufanga on the same field at the exact same time. I think that'd be fantastic, especially in dime and nickel situations. This team's on the up, man. This team is on the up, dude. All the injuries are like every player is getting hurt and starting to come back. There are some day-to-day issues here and there, but nothing too serious. We lost Hargrave, but we're having some good depth show up and actually perform and recover Hargrave's loss. So that's great. Curtis Robinson, we lost him with the pec issue. However, we have plenty of linebackers who can back that up. CMC, he's hurt, right? Yeah, but it's possible he's going to come back soon. And with him, but on the bright side of him not coming back, not bright side, but luckily, I should say, we have Jordan Mason who's stepping up to be a top 10 running back in my eyes. He's playing fantastic. Passing game as well. So he is quite really a discounted CMC at this point. He's playing fantastic. And the positions where we're hurting and we're struggling, to be honest with you, we recovered in the depth. Like I said, Hargrave covered. Curtis Robinson, linebacker, covered. Running back, CMC, Mason, that's covered. The only issue that we have that we need to figure out right now is really wide receiver because Ayuk is still trying to figure things out. Kittle is a tight end, yeah, but I mean, he's there to help block the offensive line. So once Ayuk comes back, okay, and Pearsall comes in and actually shows a lot more talent in the route running game and catching the ball game, because deep ball is our biggest issue right now. That is our big issue because we got Jair Brown, we got Juwan Jennings and Debo, who are not really huge separators. More like, hey, when I throw them the ball, I can trust them to catch it, even though they're not really separated. The only real separator right now is Brandon Ayuk. That is it. And that one separator, that guy that could bail out Brock Purdy is not doing well right now. And he's probably not going to do well until week 6, week 7, or week 8. Right? He's got a couple weeks before we can actually judge him as a player when it comes to Ayuk. So our biggest concern right now on offense is just wide receiver in my eyes. And the offensive line, I think, actually got a lot better with Pooney, Banks, and Trent. Once Trent comes back too as well, it's like if you just took the team from last year's Super Bowl, okay, and then you took all the pieces they have today, this team would be significantly better. I mean, significantly better. However, Trent is still trying to come back, and Ayuk's coming back, and CMC is still trying to come back. So the offense, even though it's playing good right now, and there's been mishaps with drops, it can be better, and I mean significantly better. And we're going to see that later down the line, hopefully week 8, week 7, where we face the Kansas City Chiefs, then the Cowboys, and then the Bucs, who are really hot right now. So hopefully we get all the players back, all the Avengers back to normal around that time. Hopefully we'll see. So I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. Thank you so much, Tyler, helping come in here. You're the dopest Chiefs fan out there. Good luck with your games, man. Devo Prods, you're awesome. Good luck with your edits. Sam, you too, man. Who else came up in here? JD Zink, you're good to see you, man. Thank you for supporting the channel. And Milwaukee. Thank you to everybody who came in here and liked the live. Seriously, it helps me out, supports this channel. It's nothing without you guys, truly. So every like matters, and it matters to me, I promise. And to everyone who watched this live later, sub if you like the content. Click like the like button, that one little thing that goes like this. It kind of almost looks like it's calling you a loser, because it's got like anyway. Hit that button right there because you're not a loser, you're a winner. Hit the like button if you like the video. Appreciate it. All love, fam, and I will see you next video. Next video.